Welcome to the Dan Casper Show podcast, your chance to catch the full show anytime, anywhere. If you missed it live on the radio, no worries. We've got you covered with all the sports talk, opinions, interviews, and conversations from the show. From the Packers to the Brewers to the biggest stories in sports and around Wisconsin, it's all right here. This is the Dan Casper Show podcast. All right, here we go. The third hour kicking off right now on this Friday morning.
It's Friday.
TGIF. Friday morning, baby. So we're going to do some local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center. We got a little AJM Automotive Pump the Brakes. Full throttle coming your way, too. Let's kick off this hour, though, Brandon, with a little cream of the crop. Who are you rolling with your cream of the crop?
I'm not going until you do the hockey.
Put the cream rises to the top. Unbalanced, off balance, doesn't matter. I'm better than you are. Yeah, the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Not bad.
Not bad.
You made Macho Man sound a little Italian, though.
I know.
You had a little Salvador in him, but my cream of the crop is going to someone that I didn't know that they were where they were until yesterday morning. I'm going Joey Weimer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who was not only good for him, he's in the majors. He's actually with the Nationals. Was hitting fifth yesterday for the Nats. Went 3 for 3 of the home run in their win over the Cubs.
Yeah, like, take that, Cubs fan, Josh, if you're listening. Yeah.
It's like I did not know. For some reason, I thought he was still in Miami, but no, good for Joey. I mean, obviously that's a rebuilding team, so maybe he'll get a shot to kind of play every day and see what happens. But yeah, good for Joey.
Yeah,
former Brewers farmhand, and he played some games with the Brewers, but yeah.
I like that. Well played. I did see the highlights from Joey Weimer. Nice. I just hope Josh heard that one. So that would be awesome because, yes, I have been trash talking relentlessly after one game that they lost to that.
162 no is still in play.
Hey, it's a long season. You celebrate wins anytime you get them. That's my philosophy. I don't care what sport. You get a win, you celebrate. All right, you celebrate it. I'm gonna go cream of the crop. I'm just gonna say, baseball's back. Just general. I feel like opening day, before all the games start, even if you're not the biggest baseball fan, it just puts you in a good mood that baseball's coming back.
Yeah, and opening day for baseball is always a little odd because, it never starts on a weekend. We know football obviously starts usually on a Thursday and this year on a Wednesday, but for the most part, unless your team is playing in that game, it's that Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But for baseball, it's it's a Monday. Usually it seems like it's a Monday or a Thursday. Obviously, it'd be tougher for them to start on a Saturday or something. As much fun as that would be. But, yeah, it's usually just kind of the sign spring's here. And obviously in Wisconsin, that's not always the case. But at the very least, it feels that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. So, should we do some local sports roundup brought to you by Carpet City Flooring Center here this morning? So, I know we had a couple of softball games. Sonotag, was it Max were over there too, taking out Altoona?
Yep, and then I think it was Eau Claire North and Wisconsin Rapids.
Yep. So, softball games getting underway now?
Yeah, we got some teams that are being able to play this week, and more will get under action next week, but with the Easter weekend coming up at the end of next week, usually, obviously, you're not going to have many teams playing on Friday. So, looks like we're might be getting both ends of the gambit weather-wise next week. So we'll see.
Right.
But still, yeah, I mean, everyone's as of Monday, everyone will be practicing at the very least, and yeah, I mean, we'll be getting going here, and as long as Mother Nature allows, we'll be full steam ahead here, pretty quick.
Yeah. Yep. So track and field's kind of going on too.
Track and field indoors. You got a lot of indoor meets. I know Stout right now is hosting, I think, 3 or 4 of them. Here in the early part of the year that a lot of local teams are going to be at. And I know there was one there on Tuesday. So yeah, I think Eau Claire probably having some coming up here too. But yeah, track teams are getting going. You have that indoor season. You hope it makes a nice, easy transition into the outdoor season.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Weather-wise.
Right. So golf, I know you kind of talked a little bit about that, but we got tennis coming around the corner here. Soccer.
Those golf and tennis are the last 2 that will start practice, and that's Monday.
Okay.
Everyone else is underway. Tennis and baseball, softball. everybody. So,
all right. So kind of still just at the beginning stages,
Correct.
It sounds like, for a lot of our spring sports too, and baseball, and so we'll get there, right? Well, did you say like next week, probably more or so?
there'll be more next week, but I would say probably that week after Easter.
Okay.
Really, it's kind of.
I know Eau Claire spring break next week too, so that's on the docket. But college-wise, I mean, we've got some things going on here. Starting tomorrow, we've got the Blue Gold baseball team is going to be at your alma mater, Oshkosh. A couple games worth, doubleheader for tomorrow and Sunday. So golf is going to be getting going here too. So they're going to be in action. Softball is going to be taking on St. Catherine University in a doubleheader coming up on Sunday too. So you got plenty of softball and baseball games for the Blue Golds. Also with the Blue Golds, they've got a new defensive line coach, Brandon Webb, coming over from the D2 level, where he was with Black Hill State as the defensive line coach at the Division II level. So that was announced yesterday. But a big one today, UW Stout Hockey.
Yeah.
Game day semifinals. They're taking on Hobart. I always try to do the Coneheads. Hobart College. So semifinals, 6:00 our time over, and they're going to be over in Utica, New York. So best of luck to the Blue Gold men's hockey team as they chase.
Blue Devil.
Did I say Blue Gold men's hockey? Blue Devils.
You are going to get people mad at you.
Oh, sorry. So
Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Stout.
Yeah.
Blue Devils.
Blue Devils. Too many blues. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy, Blue. But yes, best of luck to UW Stout for their
continue
hockey.
Continue the winning ways. We had the Badger men win last night.
That's right.
Take that, Dartmouth.
Badger
Smart
women's
kids.
basketball too.
Yep.
Picked up. Speaking of smart kids, beating Harvard.
Yeah, so take all that, all you smart kids.
Yep. So they're alive, advancing to the semis of the women's basketball invitational.
WBIT. So
Yep. And before anybody poo-poos on that tournament, hey, it's for a first-year coach getting more reps in and all that stuff.
I think I'd seen it's the first time since 2007 that they've reached the semifinals of a postseason tournament. So look, for a first year, and obviously having some high-profile athletes coming in next year. Obviously, very notably, Eddie Shepley from Rice Lake.
Yep.
That's a very good building block.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. So, I know a little bit of little light with some spring sports, but we're in that transition and stuff. Yep. So, as Nick says, 162 still in play for the Cubbies. So, but all right. Let's take a break and let's do some AJM Automotive Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. We'll be right back after these quick words. Time for a little Pump the Brakes Full Throttle this morning, brought to you by our good friends from AJM Automotive, now with two locations to better serve you in Eau Claire. Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. The Brewers will go 162. No, I'm just kidding. I just got to throw that one time in there. Just one more time. Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. After watching The Miz one start, he will lead the team with wins this year. And you factor in Quinn Priester out and all that stuff.
I'm going to go Pump the Brakes, but I'm not going to tell you who I think it is because that's part of my picks.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I am going to say... Yeah, we should wait for that for the picks. I didn't even think of that, so I'm not going to. Let's kibosh that one, shall we? Let's kibosh that one because I don't want to give it away either. So I should probably kibosh a lot of our Pump the Brakes Full Throttle with Brewers and save it for the for the picks one. So all right, Pump the Brakes Full Throttle. We will not see Giannis play again this year.
I'm actually going to pump the brakes on that one. I think we will at some point, just because I think that. Now that that's actually kind of been out in the open by was it the Players Association, whoever it was?
Yeah.
I do think he'll end up playing again.
But so here's the issue I have with the Players Association thing and this whole thing. Giannis has a hyperextended knee and a bone bruise. It's not like he has a broken toenail and they're saying we're shutting you down. And I understand Giannis saying he wants to play. But at the same time, if doctors don't clear him, he can't push it, and Players Association can't come out and say, ignore the doctor and say that,
Right.
because there also has to be a business decision part of this too. Mm-hmm. Because if there is nothing to play for and he is not 100%, whether it's to keep him for next year healthy or to trade value his asset, because the worst thing possible is he goes out there and he tears his ACL.
Or he gets,
or something
significant.
Right. Something like that. So the fact that it is a bone bruise and a hyperextended knee with only just a couple weeks left, it's a tricky situation. And I think the worst thing that could have happened, I don't fault the Bucks for saying, hey, we're going to shut you down.
Right.
And I don't fault Giannis by saying, no, I want to play. I mean, we want our athletes to play.
Right.
I don't know. I think the association might have jumped the gun a little bit, and let's kind of say, hey, if you are really hurt and all that, don't play.
Right, yeah.
I mean, when there's nothing to play for at this point. Now, as a fan, would it suck if we don't get to see him?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we want to say our final goodbyes sort of thing. But so I guess I'm full throttle. I don't think we're going to see him suit up. It's a tricky situation. And I think with the whole tanking, I don't know how you fix tanking, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because then they came out too and critical of the 65 game thing for Cade Cunningham. And, they said, well, it should be just, major injuries shouldn't factor. Then you're going to open the door by saying, well, this staff says it is a major injury when, I don't know what you do. Right. I think it's to the point. Part of it is it's got to be a mindset from the player.
Yes.
It's got to be that mindset, and it's got to be, ownership, same page with, training staffs and such. Okay, if it's a cramp or something like that, can they play, I don't know. And I know there's been some talk about it. Do they travel too much? And I don't know how you fix it. I don't know if you can incentivize players enough to go out there and play like 82 games like they did in the good old days sort of thing. I don't know what you do. It's a tricky spot. So, all right. Pump the brakes, full throttle. We are going to see 4 Big Ten teams in the Final Four.
Because we got 2 in the Elite Eight right now.
Yep.
We got 2 more in action today, correct?
Yep. Michigan State, Michigan.
I mean, I'm going to obviously pump the brakes on that.
Why obviously? What's with the obvious?
Because just the numbers state that you're not going to get 4 through. But and also, I mean, I'm going to be honest, like, this is obviously the Badgers are out, which, by the way, it doesn't exactly look good on the Badgers that they were kind of the one of the few that couldn't win. Yeah. But also, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to, it's basically just the numbers for me. Mm-hmm. The odds of that happening are not super great.
I'm going to say pump the brakes. I'll put the line at, well, I got 2, so I'm going to say 2.
Okay.
My Final Four still intact.
Very good.
Well, I don't know.
Could you possibly beat Hudson this year?
He is in sole possession of first right now, but a Final Four team lost for his last night. So he had Nebraska in the Final Four.
Yeah.
I have Illinois, and I'm feeling better about that now.
Yeah, getting over Houston was a big hurdle. So,
and now they play Iowa. So
that's actually kind of funny that he goes from Iowa, Nebraska to Iowa, Illinois.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm feeling confident, but hey, still 161 games to go as a Cubs fan.
Job's not finished.
Job's not finished. So pump the brakes, full throttle. The best game for tonight is Michigan State, UConn.
I'm going to pump the brakes because I'm really interested in Duke and St. John's.
Yeah, me too. It's close.
It is, though. It is. Yeah, that's a really good one. That's There's some. Yeah, that region has some really good legacy bracket. Like that. That's like the legacy bracket.
Mm-hmm. It worked out. I think even if it was like Kansas, because you still have a little bit with Bill Self in that it would have beat St. John's. But it worked out the way I wanted. I think a lot of people in networks wanted it to work out.
Oh, especially with networks. Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly.
I think those games are on CBS, and that makes all the sense in the world.
Yep. Yeah, they are.
They should probably get some pretty good ratings.
I would think so. So, pump the brakes, full throttle. Kenny Smith should be the new head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Pump the brakes.
Thank you.
Pump the brakes. Like, I'm not going to doubt that Kenny Smith knows basketball, but like, it's a little. Obviously, coaching is a little different at college. Like that's To me, that's a move that you don't make if you're in North Carolina. You do if you're like a mid-major and you want to bring in, this guy, played here, whatever, yada, yada. Like, you're trying to, like, how much did Penny Hardaway coach before he got to?
He was like a AAU coach.
Okay, so that's a little bit more of a leap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, versus one of the blue bloods. Like,
let me follow up with this, because there's a name when you talk about making, going up in a pump the brakes, full throttle. Is it easier for a guy like a Kenny Smith to leap into being a head coach in the NBA than it is college? Because J.J. Redick did that.
Yeah. I would say full throttle.
Which is kind of weird, but
it is. But he's also, I think he's still around it more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm certainly not going to question his passion for college, for his alma mater and stuff like that. But
right.
I just think he's around the NBA more, where maybe that's a little bit easier, or more. The transition maybe is just a little bit easier to do.
We've seen that, and JJ's not the only example, right? Of somebody coming in with no head coaching experience and being a head coach right away in the NBA and that. And I would agree. I think you said mid-major, Doug Gottlieb.
Yeah.
UW Green Bay and such. And I know he did some other coaching and such, but I mean, to get a head coach at a D1 level, and if North Carolina did that, I get Kenny Smith's kind of a name in that.
Yeah, but
I think they got to go outside the family.
Yes.
I think it's that if you want the best candidate possible, it's got to be outside the family.
Will Wade.
Well, yeah, after moving on from NC State to LSU to North Carolina.
Oh my gosh, you thought NC State people hate him now?
Yeah.
Imagine if you turn around yeah. But I mean, is right now? I guess I can do an impromptu one. Pump the brakes, full throttle. Is the biggest candidate right now Ben McCollum? Is he the most buzzworthy candidate right now? I won't say he's the best. I'll say the most buzzworthy with what he's doing at Iowa.
Kind of hard to. But would North Carolina? Would it be kind of a risky type of move?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Definitely could be.
Because Iowa's defense too, and that such. And do they want more of the high flying offensive style play? But
no?
It could be. I'm sorry, but if I'm Billy Donovan, I get out of Chicago if I can. The NBA is just not working. He had a chance with OKC and such, and it's just, I don't think it's working.
Right.
And I get it. College now stinks, with all that other stuff. But I would imagine if you get into a program like North Carolina, you're going to have all the help in the world.
Right.
For that. But I don't know if that's something he'd be.
Right. I'm sure they'll be kicking the tires on all, the Jay Wrights and the
Brad Stevenses
of the world, yeah.
And the thing for me that is kind of interesting to see how this North Carolina thing's going to go is this is the same AD who hired Bill Belichick.
Right. So it could be it could be Kenny Smith. Like,
it could be anybody right now.
It could be you.
Yeah. That's the wild card in this whole thing, that he's not afraid to bring in obviously a Bill Belichick and all that comes with that. Basketball is still the sport at North Carolina. It's not football.
Yep.
It's North Carolina. And I mean, it's not like Hubie Davis was awful.
No.
A lot of people, I think Wisconsin fans, if you look at the last few years, would take that resume that Carolina had, beating Coach K in the Final Four in his final game to go to the national championship. And I think what really hurt was the high expectations, obviously. What was it, last year they opened up as a number one and finished unranked and such. And, obviously that not going to fly very long at a high program like North Carolina. So, but hey, MJ might have to shell out some of his winnings at his NASCAR level now to maybe get a coach over there. And so I really don't have an idea. The name I would love is never going to happen because I think it would just be absolute chaos. Rick Pitino. I just think that would be so hilarious. The white suit would work perfectly.
Yeah.
At North Carolina.
Little powder blue trim.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called.
It won't work. But I know Kenny Smith did say the other day, whoever's the Carolina coach, which kind of a weird way for him to say it, has to retire as the Tar Heel coach.
Like you're never leaving there to go over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still, my pick is still Will Wade. Because I think that would be the best as far as chaos goes.
It would be, considering everything that's going on. But
so I have one for you.
Okay.
And I don't know quite how to phrase this because this is just something I saw, and I guess I didn't know this was a thing. Pump the brakes, full throttle. Caleb Williams is the Iceman?
I saw that.
I didn't know that. I mean, maybe that's just me being out of loop. I didn't know that was like a nickname. Like, I didn't know that was a thing for him. Like, is that something that people called him? Like, or is that something like he's like him and his people are trying to get a nickname for himself?
I think it's for how those games, the
sure.
Bears
Like,
would be,
I get why it might have happened. I just didn't know that was a thing. Like, when you think of, like, 'cause obviously, for those of you who don't know, there's some point of contention with like trademarking that nickname.
Yeah.
And the first person I thought of was George Gervin.
Yep.
And the second person I thought of
Val
was
Kilmer. Top Gun Val Kilmer.
No, actually,
You didn't think of that?
No.
Okay.
The third person I thought of was Chuck Liddell, UFC legend.
Okay.
Because he was known as the Iceman too.
All
Or
right.
is. I mean, he still is. But, like, I guess that was just something I was out of the loop on.
The thing that I get annoyed with is all these celebrities, once they get wind of something like a nickname or a phrase, got to trademark it, got to copyright it.
For me, the one I really like Peyton Manning, but like when people are trying to call him the sheriff, I'm like, this just seems forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. I don't know enough about this to know if this was a thing or if this was just something that they're just trying to do.
I think they're just trying to do like it.
Like, for me, it's always been a thing. Like, you can't give yourself a nickname.
Right. No, you can't. It's like George Costanza in Seinfeld trying to give himself a nickname, like T-Bone.
Yeah.
And it's Coco.
Right. Like, you can't give yourself a nickname.
No. It's, yeah. So I think it developed into the whole, and people are just forcing it on.
But then the biggest thing, too, is I'm actually kind of surprised that George Gervin or someone didn't have that trademark, so.
Yeah, that could be.
That's part of it, too, but it's just, I guess maybe I'm just not.
At a point, are we going to get to where everything's trademarked?
Oh, probably.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
It's like to the point we can't hardly say anything without having to pay. That's the dumbest thing in the world.
It is, but I mean, like so many things, in anything, like, well, it's about the money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, it 100% is. Yeah, no question. So look at you coming in with some pump the brakes, full throttle. Thank you for actually contributing once in a while to this.
I figured I can. Now I'm good for a while. I can coast for a bit.
You can. You can. So, all right, that's your pump the brakes, full throttle, brought to you by AJM Automotive. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back after these few words. We'll definitely get back to some more baseball talk coming up here in just a little bit, but we do have the Sweet 16 that continues tonight after last night's games where Iowa upsetting Nebraska to move on to the Elite Eight. Also, Arizona crushing Arkansas and John Calipari's group to move on to the Elite Eight. Purdue just surviving against Texas, and then Illinois also
winning the
on.
Battle of Corn.
Yep. So
over Nebraska.
Tonight for our matchups, we've got we alluded to it already. St. John's Duke, Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, UConn, Tennessee, and Iowa State. So
fun ones.
Yeah. A little chalkish, but still good matchups and such. So if you want to see where you're at on the bracket challenge, you can do so by going to our website. Just type your name in there. If you're not on that first page of the leaderboard, like Brandon's not. If anybody's wondering, Brandon, do you want to know your place?
I'm going. I can.
I have it.
It's important for me to do this myself.
Okay. Okay.
I just know it's not good.
Okay. So we'll wait for you.
As always.
All right. Yeah.
So
I have it if you want me to.
I want to know myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I can do it myself.
All right. You're a big boy.
I'm a big boy.
You're a big one. So
you can keep talking as I look for it.
I thought you had it up.
All
right. What the heck is going on?
Your computer's making noise. You get an email?
I did. So I got to figure out it's a new phone. I got to figure out how to shut that off. So, but you're taking your sweet time over there.
Your connection around here is making a sweet time. So
okay. Well, Hudson's in first.
Yes.
But we'll see.
I am in a solid 18th.
Yep. Just like 18 holes in golf.
I've never shot a 44 on 18 holes. I don't know if I've shot a 44 on 9 holes.
So Hudson's in first. We got Tim, and then myself and Tom tied in third. Darren and Bloomer Tony in fourth. I got to see some of these other brackets that are ahead of me, who they've got in their finals. Well, okay, so Tom has the same Final Four as me.
Ooh.
But he's got Illinois and Michigan in the national championship. Tim, where's Tim at? So Tim's bracket. He has Florida in the Final Four. Duke winning it all, though. Duke, Arizona, and Michigan. So it'll be close. Nothing's obviously decided yet at this point. But of all the games, we were at VFW last Friday and such. How do you feel the tournament has gone, in your opinion?
I think it's been very entertaining, even if there has been kind of a lack of maybe some Cinderellas this year.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the Badgers were on the tough end of the biggest Cinderella. So
yeah.
But no, it's entertaining. It's always entertaining, seemingly. But this has been a good year for it. It's kind of fun that we're getting some conference matchups once you get this deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
With Nebraska and Iowa, and now Iowa and Illinois.
Yeah.
Maybe some more.
Kind of some different conference teams a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Right?
This is the best year as of right now the Big Ten's had in a while.
Yeah.
Usually it's like the Big 12 or maybe the SEC or the ACC.
Right.
And right now it's kind of the Big Ten flexing its muscles. So that's kind of a bit different.
Can you cheer for the Big Ten? Like you do college football, maybe some people do because it's like, hey, conference representing and such. Is that really a thing in basketball?
I think for me, it would still depend on who they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got like Iowa playing Duke, I'd cheer for Iowa. But I'm not just going to be like, yeah, Big Ten.
Right.
Not going to be starting the SEC chant like SEC football fans would. But although not the last couple of years.
No.
But so short answer, probably not.
What if it was like Michigan Duke?
It'd be a little tougher then.
Yeah. Is it Michigan as that team? That's hard to root for. And like of all the Big Ten teams that are still alive, is it Michigan the hardest one, or is it Illinois?
Could maybe Illinois, but I don't know. For a while I would have said Iowa, but that was when Fran McCaffrey was still there. So,
yeah. Don't say they're likable now.
I'm not gonna say they're likable, but
it's different with sports, with the sport too, right?
Yes.
It's a little bit different that. I know people don't care. I like Tom Izzo. So I know Michigan State's always perennial there and such, but I don't mind Tom Izzo, really. I appreciate him more because we are seeing a wave of really good coaches deciding to leave the sport because of the changes in college, and he is sticking around, and he has really given no impression of leaving anytime soon. Mm-hmm. So maybe I just have a little bit more of an appreciation. Like he's, still winning and having to change a lot of that stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm just coming up with that at this point, but really quick, because again, we do have Bucks games coming up this weekend and such, but they're not mathematically eliminated yet. Although I got to imagine it's coming here close.
Well, did I do that math? Because they should be pretty quick.
It should. I think they're 9.5 when I looked back, with 10 to go. So I think it would probably one win, maybe the magic number, one more loss, and then it's going to be done. I don't know how you could play Giannis if they're eliminated at that point, regardless of. I think if they do play him when they're eliminated, I think that kind of gives us a sign that.
Yeah, if they, 1 or 2 games, especially if it's home games.
Yeah. Then I think we know what the answer is.
I think so, yeah.
All right, let's take our final break for this hour. Coming up next hour, we got a lot of baseball predictions. Brewers, Major League Baseball stuff.
AAA.
Northwoods League, all that.
CRBL.
Yep. So, but we'll get back to a lot more baseball talk coming up in that final hour. But, hey, we got to take one more break to wrap up the third quarter. We'll be back after these quick words. About 14 minutes left to the top of the hour. So we were talking about how do you stop tanking from happening in the NBA. Well, apparently, according to Shams, a little bit ago, the NBA presented 3 comprehensive anti-taking concepts to its Board of Governors on Wednesday, with modifications expected to each before a formal vote in May. Get your pencils and papers out here. You ready for this, Brandon?
I'm not good at math.
18 teams in the draft lottery, seeds 7 through 15 in each conference. So 18 teams in the draft lottery, seeds 7 through 15 in each conference. Flattened odds, with bottom 10 teams having an 8% chance, the remaining 20% odds distributed in decreasing order for 11 through 18, and a lottery drawing for all 18 picks. Okay.
At least it's easy to figure out, right?
Here's the second one. 22 teams in the lottery using a 2-year record, seeds 7 through 15, plus the 4 playoff first-round exits in both conferences. Lottery teams would reach a minimum win total floor in each season, such as 25 wins. If a team falls short of that, it gets slotted to meet the floor. Top 4 drawn as part of a lottery, as it is currently. Third option, 18 teams in a 5x5 lottery. Bottom 5 teams have equal odds for the top pick, with lottery formed for picks 1 through 5. Bottom 5 teams have a floor at 10. Those that fall out of the top 5 get sorted in a separate drawing. I'm of that meme or GIF or GIF of Alan from The Hangover and like all the.
What if the NBA rigs it so the Mavericks get Cooper Flag? After all that.
Or the Knicks get Patrick Ewing back in the day, and Cavs get LeBron, and all, yeah, weird how all that kind of works out at times, huh? So, no, whatever.
Yeah. I understand the want to limit tanking just because you don't want a product where people are actively trying to lose. You want everyone to be going out there trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure the answer is.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it seems like whatever the answer is, it needs to be something you can easily explain.
I was going to say, it's not going to be a simple solution, I don't think.
Right.
And that's what the thing I really dislike now that we are getting into sports stuff is making things very difficult. Like, and I know it's probably not the greatest example, but I always say, like the catch in football.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck is a catch anymore?
Yeah.
And now, like, okay, you're going to play recess football with your friends, and now you got 8-year-olds arguing, well, that's not a catch. You
didn't survive the ground.
Right. Stupid stuff like that. It's just, I hate it. And I know this is a couple weeks ago, but did you see what baseball is going to potentially try in minor leagues with some of their rule adjustments, like moving second base closer?
Yeah.
To hopefully, increase runs and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, why? Like, why? Because that was right after, and World Baseball Classic was going on, but that was right after Aaron Judge threw that guy out at third. I'm like, okay, the bases are closer. Judge doesn't make that play.
Right.
You're taking away those plays then.
Yep.
You're taking away a right fielder gunning a guy out at third. And I just, to me, that's getting a little too cute.
I do too, yeah. Like, the Major League Baseball has done some good things in the last few years. It started with, like, the pitch clock and, like, the bigger, whatever, like, to help. That's fine. And even, like, the ABS, like, that's, it's simple. That's very easy. All these things are very easy to explain as to why. But, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel that, like, at some point it's kind of like the old idea of, like, too many cooks spoil the soup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. By the way, ABS, I think that White Sox catcher was
Edgar Quero. I said he was on it.
Was except for the last one, but I mean and it's eeasy for us to see it because I'm like, well, the box is there, and that's a strike, so that's
in that moment, you don't know, or
it's. I don't know if it was on the radio. Yeah, it was on the radio, but they're like that ump. You could kind of tell after the third one was getting maybe a little, but I mean,
hey, get it right then.
Yeah,
like because like there was what was it? One of the first ones was like not even close.
Right,
like the entire ball was in the strike zone. I even saw at the time like, oh, he missed it. And sometimes you'll see, umps at home plate might miss it if like the batter like starts maybe like shows a bunt or starts to swing or there's some added motion in there that maybe just kind of throws things off a little bit. But it's like, well,
yeah,
then you need to get better at that.
And, it was not in the Brewer game, but, I mean, Freddie Peralta and O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal Cruz taking his stuff off the walk, and Peralta challenged it and strike.
Right, yeah.
Got him out.
Yeah. It was not a great day for O'Neal Cruz yesterday.
It was not. And he didn't get charged with any of those errors, which...
because he lost. I mean,
he did not look comfortable.
No, and that's kind of the thing is they just have not been able to find a spot for him.
Yeah.
It didn't work at shortstop, so moving him out to center field. It's not really working out there because it's not like that's the first time he's had some misplays out there. Like, he's a big, athletic, fast guy. It's just that.
So where's his best spot?
Don't know. It's a great question.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, he looked a little uncomfortable back there in center field. Not going to lie. So, and not that, Paul Skeens wasn't completely on either, but still, it didn't help.
I don't think many people were thinking there'd be that many runs scored in the first inning of a game pitched by Paul Skeens and Freddie Peralta.
No. So, but, yeah, it was not a great day for O'Neal Cruz. And I just remember going back to some of those rankings of top center fielders and such. I'm like, might be a little premature for O'Neal Cruz to be on there. So, but, yeah, I mean, and then there was some other, like, really off-the-wall kind of potential rule changes to it. What was it? Well, they kind of do it already, I think, in minor leagues, right? It's the starting pitcher can go back in. And some
I'm
of those
assuming
levels.
that's like the spring training rule?
Yeah, yep. Where they would kind of do that. They're going to toy with it. And I'm like, I don't know if I like that.
I don't know if I like that either.
Spring
training, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But, regular season games, I don't like that.
No, I don't either. So I feel like, okay, pump the brakes full throttle. Of all, like, the major league sports out there, let's look at the big four, okay? Hockey, football, basketball, baseball. We've had a lot of rule changes over the years. These games have changed quite a bit over the years, even before our lifetimes and such. Would you say baseball has been the most consistent, though, in terms of, like...
I think so.
Because football has obviously undergone a lot of changes from not throwing to now it's a throwing league.
Yes.
Basketball, for crying out loud. I mean, if you can't hit a 40-footer, you're not going to be in the league, probably.
Yeah, I mean, hockey has gotten to be, I would say, more of a finesse game.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I would say baseball and hockey might be the two of the four.
Yep. Where the core of that game is still, you still got to hit.
Yeah.
You still got to throw.
Yeah.
You still got to catch.
And I would say that baseball, especially within the last few years, kind of got back to like around 2019 when it was, it seemed like it was much more of a slug versus play.
Right. Yeah, because, I mean, it's not like, I don't think in baseball you can hide a player. You can, like, okay, that guy doesn't do this well, but we can hide him.
Yeah.
Whereas in, like, basketball, you might be able to, maybe hide a guy because he can't. You could probably get away with your Ben Wallaces and Desmond Rodmans who aren't going to give you any points, but they can do this. They can do that. And football, kind of saves. You can't really do that in baseball. You have to be able to do at least. You got to hit and maybe play some good defense. The only thing
I could think of was like a backup catcher. Like a defensive guy, but then they're just not. I mean, they're playing once or twice a week, so that's a little different.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, is baseball like been the most consistent at the core? Yes, they've adjusted stuff, but the core is still the same. Whereas I would definitely say football is probably the one that's changed the most.
I think so. Yeah.
From its core to what it is now, and basketball would be second.
Yep.
And
then I would say hockey third, then baseball.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we want to throw soccer in there, I guess that would probably be around baseball, I would think. Right? Maybe?
Yeah.
Just, again, from the core aspects, the core roots of that sport. So
I mean, I'm kind of thinking otherwise, too, like golf.
I mean, that's more technology, I would think, equipment.
I mean, that's technology and, like, I would say physical stature.
Yeah.
Where
Tiger really changed that, I think.
Where it was like, okay, this guy is not only, is great, like, technically, but, like, a great athlete.
Mm-hmm.
To where, like, what happens when you combine that? Now, obviously, pretty much everybody, they're very in shape.
Right.
Like, I think once you saw that could be a big advantage,
right,
it's just going from there.
I would agree. So, all right. So we got a couple minutes left to the top of the hour. We'll do some baseball predictions coming up here in just a little bit. Season long. I know we got some games in and such, but Fridays are Brandon's day, so I don't think one game is going to completely change all of our games and such. So, but nonetheless,
I will be honest though. One day has kind of changed the pick I had.
Okay.
So I'll explain when we get there, but it did alter something.
All right.
So.
All right. One game change any like big time projections?
I'll explain it when we get there.
I can't get it out of you, can I?
No.
I can't get it out of you. All right. That's fair. So, okay. Do we got any texts yet? Oh, Nick said Iceman because he paints his fingernails, going back to the Caleb Williams thing in there. So, but I think the art of giving somebody a nickname has really lacking.
Yeah.
I think, back in the good old days.
I think now you're getting people that are trying to recycle nicknames.
Man.
But and that's the number one rule about a nickname is you can't give yourself a nickname.
No. You can't. That's yeah. No. You can't do that. So, whew. All right.
Call me T-Bone.
I actually did this with Hudson on his Kid Cave. We did best baseball nicknames.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of them too that get repeated. I feel like if there's one guy like it's a great and that's a nickname that they have, that should be his.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it's tough now because you got Ken Griffey Jr. and Robin Yount, both Kid.
Yeah. But yeah.
Can we retire the nickname Kid then, or the Kid?
Probably. Because
Yount and Griffey Jr. have been attached to that.
And Billy.
And
the Kid.
Some of those names. Like, can we just... Yeah. All right. We got less than a minute here, so we'll take a quick break. We've got some news updates and such. So we'll get to that, and then lots of predictions. Coming up here in just a little bit. We've been uploading podcast segments. For this one is going to be strictly on the Man Cave podcast. How about that? So we're just going to put that